once a month, one of these tiny eggs passes out of the ovary and finds its way into a fallopian tube.
Do you know what a chocolate cyst is? Sounds pretty sweet, right? Well, it's not. I found this out the hard way during a visit to the gynecologist in 2015. After a series of sonograms, blood tests, and an MRI, my doctor revealed to me that I had chocolate cysts, also known as ovarian endometrioma. This is what a chocolate cyst looks like. This condition is a form of endometriosis, which is an often painful disorder that entails the growth of tissue that normally lines the inside of the uterus, the endometrium, on the outside of the uterus. In short, it's kind of like getting your period inside of your body. Endometriosis most commonly occurs in the ovaries, fallopian tubes, and on the outside of the uterus, but can spread beyond the pelvic organs. If you had no clue what this condition was prior to my long explanation, don't feel bad. Not many people know what it is either.
I'm in the very busy and loud Union Square Park to ask New Yorkers if they know what endometriosis is. Let's go. Do you know what endometriosis is?
Endometriosis? I do not know what endometriosis is.
I don't really. No.
Skin disorder? I have no idea.
Endometriosis. Something to do with the skin?
Nope. I do. What is it? Okay, not sure if I can explain it, but I generally know what it is.
Not exactly, no.
No, please, Tyre. I really don't know what that means, actually.
No.
What do you think it is?
Something. Anything. I don't know, something organic. I don't know.
Endometriosis sounds like a disorder of some sort.
You're close.
Yeah. I don't know of what exactly. Maybe of the endometry.
I've never heard of it before. I can't see it ever coming up on my Instagram, my Facebook, any websites that I look at, any kind of like WebMD or anything like that. So evidently people need to be informed. I can honestly say I don't think my OBGYN has ever mentioned it.
It sounds like a mental stasis almost, but like a way of being almost. I would say like some people say they I believe Panagean or something like that. I don't know, Pangean or something like that. Yeah, I'm not whatever you are. Okay, I respect it. Whatever, I don't care. It's what you want to be.
Not even doctors have really figured out what endometriosis is and why it happens, mainly because there has been a lack of research granted towards reproductive health. Medically treating women was once considered distasteful and rarely done. Endometriosis was formerly known as uterine suffocation in the Middle Ages. Though doctors worked to find a treatment for this condition, it began to be misconstrued as the work of witchcraft, demonic possession, and hysteria. In the early 19th century, Dr. James Marion Sims, the so-called father of modern gynecology, started to perform experiments on slaves without anesthetic. Sims may have developed pioneering tools and surgical techniques related to women's reproductive health, but he was operating under the racist notion that Black people did not feel pain. Karl von Rokitansky was the first to discover endometriosis at the Vienna Medical School in the 1860s. A few decades later, Howard Kelly founded the Johns Hopkins Department of Gynecology and Obstetrics. It was here that William Wood Russell discovered an ovary containing uterine mucosa, which is a part of the membrane in the endometrium. A few years after this discovery, John Sampson published his theory of retrograde menstruation, which is basically what we now know as the exact process of endometriosis. There hasn't been much improvement since on figuring out why endometriosis happens. By the looks of most hypotheses, it's thought to be caused by hormones, immune factors, or scar tissue after surgeries. Since there's no conclusion or cure for this mysterious condition, invasive surgery is usually the outcome. I had to have surgery too. And though this helped for a little while, my endometriosis still returned. Surgery is not a cure, and I'm still hoping for one because 1 in 10 women suffer from this condition. And this doesn't even account for those who aren't women who have this condition, and for those who are undiagnosed. Fortunately, the future of endometriosis looks kind of bright. There are now endometriosis research studies, NGOs creating support groups, and people using social media to discuss and spread awareness about this condition. With the creation of this episode of Code Red, I hope to also be a part of the endometriosis revolution.
I am now informed. Endometriosis. Did you get that? Endometriosis. Lining of the uterine wall that causes pain and many other diseases and challenges. Okay? Thank you for the awareness.
Thank you so much.
Have an awesome day.
You too.
Thank you.
Michael, endometriosis. You know what it is?